Back Row Ministry, the Moral Premier, Mr. Marky, coming at you live and direct. I haven't made any videos in a minute. I don't like to, have videos every 5-10 minutes sometimes. Sometimes it's good, but that's not my purpose. I'm not making money off of any of these videos. My stuff is not monetized that I know of. If it is, please send me information on the videos that is monetized and I'll take that off. I don't do this for the money or the glory or so I can get 1,000 likes. I just like to get out the information. They said 1 or 2 people here, you're still getting out the information. So that's really the value that I gain from what I do. I come from a family full of preachers, and this is the way that I preach. This is my pulpit. So we're talking about Bill Cosby. I gave you the numbers and kind of gave the relationship between Cosby and Gematria and the lies of these people. We asked the question with Tupac, can you believe Tupac? Well, the same question lies with Bill Cosby. Can you believe Bill Cosby? Remember now, the elite know how to push certain agendas. We're going into this feminist agenda. Still a lot kind of riding on if Bill Cosby goes to jail. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. There's a possibility he might not, a possibility he may go to jail. But if Bill Cosby doesn't go to jail, this feminist stuff is going to kick off really, really hard, really, really fast. And I did a video a while back on how they use African Americans a lot of times, or Hispanic Americans, and other groups of color in order to push agendas. They use us to push these agendas. They use the big bad black man agenda, you can't trust the animalistic black man, or they get black people on board, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video, black people on board to back the person. So now we got this big push with Bill Cosby and the feminist movement. As we get closer to 2020, Kanye West is coming back up in the picture with this 2020 election, really right around the corner. It's about 2019, people. 2020, November, there'll be a new president in the United States of America. So we got Kanye now coming to the forefront a little bit more, and I always told people that Kanye was going to be very important. Kanye is just not this ordinary person. Kanye somewhere is attached, possibly attached to the bloodline somewhere. Now remember, there's a lot of African Americans. A lot of us have European blood in us. A lot of us have British blood. I know I have a lot of British and Scottish blood in my family. So when I do my DNA, I kind of have the exact percentage of that bloodline. But a lot of us have these bloodlines in us. So we really need to check our DNA to see what our bloodline, some of our bloodline may lead back to. So Kanye is definitely in the bloodline. When I voted for president this time, I voted for Kanye West. I didn't do that just to be doing it. I did it for a reason. Kanye has been in the news for the last 3-4 years. So I knew Kanye was going to come somewhere back in this picture. And I think I posted a picture on Facebook of my ballot with Kanye's name on it. And, a little bit after that, Kanye now is chilling with Trump. Because I kind of knew Kanye, well, it was kind of a funny little zinger on, some of the stuff that was about to take place and how Kanye was going to be a big part of this. So moving on to Bill Cosby. And can you trust Bill Cosby? Remember now, this whole thing is wrapped around Bill Cosby comeback TV show. And I want you guys, I'm going to put on conspiracy mode. You can believe it or not. This is basically a basic opinion. There's no fact in this. This is basically me spouting my opinion. But this was about a TV show. This was about Bill Cosby coming back to be in this TV show. And right before the show was about to air, I think they had a little battle about network, and he was going to put it on the streaming network. The day the show, about a day or two before the show was about to air, this whole thing began. This whole thing with the women, and because Bill Cosby was doing shows. He had just been on Comedy Central. He did a stand-up show that was real good, because Bill is one hell of a comedian. But right around that time, all this kicks off. All this stuff begins. A little bit before the show was supposed to start. Now we're in Bill Cosby, the sex fiend. Can you trust Bill? We looked at the gematria of Huxtable and Cosby and how it wrapped around the guilty verdict that came on that exact precise day. Can you trust Bill? A man who's been in the system for years. Bill Cosby and Camille have been in the system for years. And like I say, you don't know what church these people prescribe to. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Have you ever seen Bill Cosby in the gospel in a Baptist church? So you don't know what church. You don't know if they're Scientologists. You don't know if they're Satanists. You don't know if they're Thelemites. You don't know. And I'm spitting out words, but these are things I want you guys to research. Research the Thelemites. Remember, the British are still under what we call Thelemic law. They still follow this thing called Thelemic law. We have some of that in our model, but not a lot. So all these societies are still out there. You don't know who's a part of what. You don't know who's a part of what, and how the elite kind of move as they move through these societies. They get members on board. These are worldwide societies. Worldwide. This just ain't no American thing, and that's how Americans get messed up, because they think everything is about America. No. The world is about the world. The universe is about the universe. It's not just about Earth. So Cosby, the show, little bit before it's supposed to start, boom, here we go. People, I ask, is this the show? Is this the TV show? Has this been the TV show all along? And somewhere around is where we have the mysterious death of Bill Cosby. Yesterday in the news, I think they said he was selling off property. Inside of this, will there be the mysterious death of Bill Cosby? Somewhere inside of a window of a year, will he die? Will he die right before the verdict comes out? Right before the, not the verdict, but right before the sentencing? We don't know. But this is the way that the elite kind of operate, and their puppets operate. It's usually right before something's about to happen, the person passes away. Remember Aaron Hernandez, the lawyer that was in the one case with the girl who killed, so-called killed the baby, we don't know. He goes and says that Aaron Hernandez, he'll beat the charges, he'll be out of prison. Next thing you know, Aaron Hernandez so-called commits suicide. Look at the suicide deaths, you guys, that has been in the past year. All these folks so-called commit suicide, you know what I'm saying? So Aaron Hernandez so-called commits suicide in prison right after the little trial piece, and walks out of the prison. He's out of the prison, probably on the island somewhere chilling. So, watching out for what is the ultimate script, because these people, some of them are the ultimate actors. Some of them are the ultimate actors. So, if I spent my career acting, who's to say this is just not another acting job to pass an agenda? Then suddenly Bill Cosby passes away. You know what I'm saying? So, can we believe Bill in this one? Is the key question. When we come back with part 2 of this, that was just my rant and my opinion for the day. Can you believe Bill? Was this not the TV show all along? And that's something that I've been debating with people. Was this not the TV show? Was this what the TV show was supposed to be about in the whole place? Now, I know some people say, well, that just sounds crazy. Why would you put yourself through this? Because these people are sick and sadistic like this. They're sick and sadistic. Think about this case before I close out the first part of the video, and what I say about people not listening. There was supposed to be a 16-year-old girl in the Cosby case that Bill Cosby was supposed to have taken this girl over Hugh Hefner's house, over to the Playboy Mansion, and then he had supposedly drugged the girl and had sex with her. So, this is what I mean by people not listening. First of all, he took a 16-year-old child to Hugh Hefner's house. Hugh Hefner let him in. Hugh Hefner let him in. The Playboy Mansion, which is a publisher of a magazine that has pornographic material in it. That is against the law. You can't have a minor anywhere around anything like that. Anywhere around anything like that. Especially the night of a party. No minor is supposed to be a part of that. Yet this minor is there at the Playboy Mansion who walks in with Bill Cosby, and Hugh Hefner doesn't say, hey Bill, you need to take this girl back to where she came from, and you can't come up here. He just lets her in the house. And Bill has sex with her, and nothing happens to Hugh Hefner. Nothing happens to Hugh Hefner. Nobody says anything about Hugh's part in this. They just focus on Bill. That's why I say people don't listen. Hugh Hefner has broken the law, but nothing happened to Hugh. Nothing happened at all. So, look how this agenda has kind of been set up. Focal point on one person. The known pedophile Hugh Hefner, he can't do any wrong, but that's what they do. That is what they do. As long as you're doing what they tell you to do. Now, there's always this back and forth about maybe Cosby was supposed to do something and he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Okay, we can throw that one out there. We can definitely put that one out there. But at the same time, was this the TV show is my question. Was this the show all along? Did we have the conclusion because the gematria and numerology dates all hit at the same time? Was that the conclusion of the show? And we're going to see the mysterious death of Bill Cosby. Maybe Bill Cosby commits suicide in a couple of days or within a year. Maybe we see suicide of Bill Cosby. He just couldn't take it. He was sentenced to so many years and he kills himself before the sentence. All these different scenarios. Let's watch which one plays out. But I bet it's going to be a scripted scenario. Suicide could be a part of this scripted scenario. Mr. Markey Back Row Ministry Part 2 coming up later on today.